David and Goliath, the battle of the battles, the fight where a smaller, weaker opponent defeats the almighty giant. Netflix and Blockbuster may be assumed to be the representation of this battle in the business world. No matter how hard I try to get this picture out of my head, when the small, insignificant Netflix launches its final swing to the Blockbuster giant, I just can't. Because it is so ironic how ignorant and arrogant people can get when they have such power that is perceived as their own God's given right to maintain it. Just to give you a bit of context, Blockbuster had the chance to buy a miserable and profitable startup called Netflix for $50 million US. But they left their representatives out of the room as they were trying to express their vision. That laugh turned out to be $150 billion instead. Hi, and welcome to the Business and Technology podcast with Nicolas Stratis, the show that discusses technology in business and business in technology, because the reality is that nowadays you cannot even separate the two. This week, we are discussing the business battles where the underdog takes on its rivals by demonstrating such agility, flexibility, and skill that cannot be described in any other words than spectacular. And what better example can we imagine finding out there than the battle between neobanks and traditional banks? Because these progressive businesses emerged through the chaos of the fintech revolution, are not just here to replace the traditional banking infrastructure, but they want to demolish it and put it to the ground once and for all. Surely I can be a bit dramatic here because of my love and passion for technology and business. But maybe, just maybe, there is a pattern of history repeating itself as major players in the industry are failing to grasp the signals from the market about the need for evolution. It was a nice warm Monday morning in New York. Tom has just made his coffee from the finest Columbia brew while getting ready for work. He would wear his black suit with the freshly ironed white shirt. Tom would put on his black leather shoes and sit on his marble table enjoying the view from the 46th floor when he started reading his newspaper. The paper read September 15th, 2008. It was just like any other Monday. Only this Monday was different. Because by the time Tom finished reading his paper and was about to leave home for work, he started receiving text messages, emails, and calls. And it was not long before his BlackBerry device 9000 series started warming up. Little did Tom know that on that morning, the financial services industry was about to change. Because the collapse of Lehman Brothers was not just the failure of a financial giant to manage its resources effectively. It was the collapse of everything that we knew about the banking sector. Every myth was busted on that morning. Every hypothesis about banks and how well established they are in the financial ecosystem that was built around them was rebutted. And Tom may just be an imaginary person, but his story is so real that nowadays hundreds and thousands of Toms are wondering how they lost their jobs, how their departments became obsolete by a couple of kids wearing t-shirts working from their grandma's basement. Do not get me wrong. The neobanking revolution is not just about efficiency and cost saving. It's about accessibility and market fit as well. Because it started from people who deeply understood the market needs, while at the same time recognizing the structural inertia that comes with the legacy financial service providers. Surely you can have the biggest shop on the street, but it will never be as big as the smallest shop in an online environment. The fintech revolution responds to the market requirements of establishing a robust, borderless, effortless, and agile financial system that will suit the needs of our globalized and fast-moving economy. I know what you're thinking. If they can do it, why can't the traditional banks fire their cannons and demolish the competition by copying the principles of their success? Well, here's the beauty of it. They can, just like HSBC and Scotiabank and other legacy banks are trying to do, but my feeling is that they are running out of time, and they may have already missed the train. And it's moving so fast that they will never be able to capture it unless they decide to reinvent themselves. Do any of you remember Blockbuster Online? No, my point exactly. How is this battle going to end? I don't know. Ultimately, it might just be about synergies. Hybrid models may emerge, combining the stability and product diversity of traditional banks with the agility and customer-centric approach of neobanks. But it will have winners and losers, and will establish the power shift from one regime to the other. If I was to make any predictions, however, I would stick my finger in the air and say that it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. Thank you very much for your time here. I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you have, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more discussions around business and technology. See you soon.